Which one you want me to face?
You can face this one. Ooh, this looks so good.
Ooh, don't say that. I ain't gonna say we struggled like that, you know what I'm saying? Like our parents made sure that we had the basic necessities, and they also went above and beyond for us, you know what I'm saying? That says a lot. Just thinking back and, you know, going to school with different people and knowing different situations, we could see that we was a little bit more fortunate than others. And like I said, that's sacrifice that our parents made. I mean, was drugs around us? Yes. Was violence around us? Yes. Was gangs around us? Yes. But what they instilled in us, we didn't, I ain't gonna say we, I can say I didn't, you know what I'm saying? I didn't indulge in that, I mean, you know what I'm saying? I was playing sports every weekend, during the week. I was at karate practice, I was at baseball practice, football practice, so I never had time to roam the streets and actually get to know the hood, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like people like, oh, you from Riverwood? Yeah, I'm from Riverwood. Played at the back park, walked to Bubba Jordan, walked to the corner store. Yeah. I just ain't know y'all.
First of all, I was a parent that did not play when it came to his studies and the way that he acted in school, because I was one of the ones that didn't like phone calls. I didn't like bad reports. I didn't like people coming to me telling me that my child was being disobedient or being, you know, mischievous and not doing what he's supposed to be doing in school.
Even in the yard, you know, he's always a happy guy. I've never seen him upset about anything, and it seems like he tries to make every day a perfect day for himself and people around him.
Yeah, I mean, for me, my biggest thing was letting people down. Like, I never wanted to disappoint anybody, you know what I'm saying? Like, bringing home bad grades, like seeing the look on mom's face, like, that was disappointing to me, you know what I'm saying? It was disappointing to her. It was disappointing to her, it embarrassed her, you know what I'm saying? Because I know that I'm capable of it, you know what I'm saying? So bad grades, I really didn't bring too many home. N's and U's on progress reports, report cards, I didn't bring too many of those home.
You sure?
When I needed to straighten up, they knew when to step in and intervene.
He was always that type of kid that took care of his business, because for one, he liked going places, he liked doing things, he liked receiving gifts, and he knew if he didn't do what he was supposed to do in school, all of that would stop. So I never had a problem with him in school.
In general, he's kind. Darryl is all about making people laugh. Darryl to me is my homie. We can have a good time, we can hang out all day long. I feel loved, I feel safe with him. He's my lover, and he's my friend. He's gonna tell me the truth even when I don't want him to.
With you, you had your dad by you the whole time. So what stuff that you see in your dad that you eventually saw in yourself once you got older?
so much like my dad. It's ridiculous.
I agree, because whenever I was around you, I was around him. So it's like this nigga from the old videos that we recorded at your grandpa's house.
Yeah.
How his mouth always stay open. And yours, you can't close yours for nothing. Like the mannerisms, the work ethic. I mean, his work ethic is definitely hard labor. Your work ethic is more like work less and gain more.
Yeah. Like, bro, it's like he knew how to do everything. Plumbing, AC work, mechanic, like electric, like it ain't nothing he didn't know how to do. So with me, like I always knew that I wanted to have different skill sets. I just didn't like getting my fingernails dirty. Like, it's not a lot of stuff he didn't know how to do. Entrepreneurship, I actually started because of my dad. He had a shop where he fixed cars, and he could buy tires wholesale. So I used his account and sold tires. So, I mean, it didn't cost me anything out of pocket. All I had to do was contact the warehouse, tell them what size tires I need. I got the price from the warehouse. I marked it up myself and sold it to other people. So off a set of tires, I can make $100 and still save the customer money rather than going to discount or Beasley tires. After selling tires, I believe I started doing hookahs. About 10 hookahs, $50 each. So $500 investment. I did private parties. I did a club a couple times, but everything that I invested, I eventually got back. After hookahs, I bought a camera and a drone. So I spent like $2,500 on the camera, $1,500 on the drone. So with the camera and drone, I did real estate videography, real estate photography. I did personal photography, and I would do like short commercial type videos for different clients.
And I think he got that from myself and his dad. You know, we've always been go-getters. And growing up, he saw that in us. You know, his dad did everything. I would say that his dad didn't teach him what he knew, but he did witness his dad going out there, you know, hustling and doing what he had to do to make some money. So I think he got that from his parents. I've been on my job, you know, for 32 years. And when he was born, I always, when he was born, laying in that hospital room, delivering him, having him grew me. It grew me up real fast as a mother. The motherly instincts came naturally because I've always protected him. I always wanted the best for him. Every time he looked over my shoulder, I was right there.
The work ethic, like, he was always working. But he was present at the same time, you know what I'm saying? Like, get up in the morning, he going to work. Get home at night, he coming in. You know what I'm saying? Like, that dude worked every day. And, you know what I'm saying, being at the railroad, working was easy. Didn't like the schedule. Going in at 2 o'clock in the morning, going in at 10 o'clock at night, like it was never a balance for me, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And trying to be a father, I see how a career can get in the way of parenting.
For sure.
Darryl has always been ambitious. I want to say that I may have given Darryl one of his first coaching jobs in Little League football years ago or whatever. And I saw the ambition in Darryl then when the rest of the teams were struggling, you know, to win or whatever. Darryl always had a way of winning and being successful. But entrepreneurship, yes, I could see Darryl doing this, and he is doing it right now, and he's doing it very well and successful.
But are you doing all this to find a way away from the railroad, or are you doing all this to make money on top of what you make from the railroad?
I was doing it to learn business. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
Like
entrepreneurship?
Yeah, entrepreneurship. I wanted to learn about like how can I invest money and get a return on it. You know what I'm saying? Everything I feel like I put my hands on, I was able to get a return off of it.
So pretty much you just doing a lot until you found your niche.
Yeah.
And pretty much your niche is what?
Running the game truck.
When it comes to purpose, financial is always purpose. But to me, it's more because he brings laughter, he brings joy. That his beginning stage brings happiness to kids, and that's what he's about. Because he has a son that he pours a lot into. And when you start at home and then you bring it to the street, it's natural.
But Darryl told me about it. He said, man, I got this thing I'm working on. He didn't give me much details. But when he gave me the details, I was like, dude, it's pretty dope.
The Darryl character is still the same as it was when I first met him. Very well-mannered, very, very respectful to adults, very caring about things and situations. Never had any, well, one time I almost had to beat him up, but that was, you know, yeah, so.
Why a game truck? Because I feel like if your niche is a game truck, it could be so many other things as well. Like, so how did it end up just being a game truck?
So first, after doing those businesses, I wanted to do something bigger and better. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never really invested a whole bunch of money into something, and I didn't have a whole bunch of money to invest into something, but like I always wanted to, every business I did, I wanted to do something greater.
Yeah.
How did football mold Darryl into having the character he has?
Well, really, man, Darryl really couldn't play no ball. That's my nephew, D. Smalls. Now, football-wise, Darryl was a tough competitor. He never gave up. He never quit. And again, the thing that I always judge a person by, especially a man, young man, is how tough are you? And Darryl was always a tough football player. He played on that line, and for a big boy, because he kind of, I ain't gonna get Smalls. I ain't gonna get you no more. I ain't gonna get you no more, Smalls. But really, as far as football was concerned, he was always motivated. He was always driven. Again, he was always tough, and he was always studious of the game.
So with the party bus, had to go get financing for it. They asked me how much I needed, told them like $110,000. I needed to buy the truck and then need to get it converted for a party bus. Had a good job, I had no mortgage, no rent. So getting approved for the game truck was exciting yet scary at the same time. I feared failure. I feared letting my family down. I feared not being successful. And in everything in life, letting people down is one of my biggest fears. I want people to be proud of me. I want them to be excited for me. And I mean, my supporters are very important to me, so I want to do right by them. We signed all the paperwork, the trailer was ordered. The estimated time frame was probably about 3 to 4 months until total completion. I was ready for it. I did everything on the sides I need to do, starting up an Instagram account, getting a business bank account, getting signed up with Google for marketing purposes. Everything was just falling into place. 3 months come around, empty trailer still not in Houston. So going back and forth with the salesperson, because of COVID, because of the freeze, there's been a slowdown on production. So it's been a delay in the build out of the trailer, but it's already built. They're just waiting on the truck to bring it to Houston. Okay, cool, that makes me excited. So because I'm getting closer to October 6th, which is my son's birthday, and this trailer needs to be ready for his birthday. I mean, that was one of the biggest reasons why I was so pressed for time.
But it no longer was about you at this point, with as far as pursuing a party bus, because I know how you was kind of selfishly thinking about yourself, how you just want to be able to have fun and still make money with this party bus.
Yeah.
But then you saw that somebody else could be also having fun while you're working. Who was that?
Rodney.
Yeah.
Hi. What? Fatherhood. When I think about fatherhood, and his dad being a very important part of his life, as with myself, every game he was at, he coached him, he nurtured him, he chastised him. It was times when I had to intervene when I thought the chastisement went beyond what it should have been. He was firm, but he loved him. And I think receiving that love from his dad, his own dad, and his dad being in his life for all this time, even though we're not together, we're still friends, our common goal is still Darryl.
With fatherhood, I take that very seriously. The railroad definitely took a toll on fatherhood. I miss football games, I miss baseball games, I miss school events, and I didn't like it at all. My father was very present in my life, and I didn't want to shortchange my son in any aspect. So I needed to find a way outside of the railroad. What stopped me from getting the party bus was the denial for the loan. Going into that business, trying to go into that business, I did my research by calling people that used to have limo companies, used to have party buses, like, why did you get out the business? Yeah. And they couldn't find work during the week. So I thought about doing stuff downtown, taking jurors to lunch break, you know what I'm saying? Doing Taco Tuesday, had a club on Thursday. So I was thinking of different ways to do it, and I was like, well, shoot, if I do the party bus, I can only do parties at night on weekends. Yeah. So like, I put TVs in there and put a game system in there. I can do kids' birthday parties during the week, and they can play games in the bus. You know what I'm saying? So like a 2-for-1. Mm-hmm. But got denied for the loan, and I still had that game truck mindset. So I was like, well, this game truck costs this much. You know what I'm saying? So less a loan. So I got approved for it. And so the rest is history. And it was like a blessing in disguise because
because if you got approved for that loan, you wouldn't probably be here right now.
2 parties a weekend. Yeah, 2 parties a weekend, $800 a weekend. I'll max out at $3,200 a month.
Yeah, it'll put a big limit on what you can make as opposed to a game truck. People having birthday parties every day.
Every day, every day. 3 weeks into his birthday party, the trailer's finally in the warehouse getting built. I'm excited, still scared, don't know if the timeline will actually be met for his birthday. And but all I can do is sit back and wait. 2 weeks prior to his birthday party, trailer's making some progression, but it don't look good at all as being ready for October 6th. A week before his birthday party, I definitely knew at that time the trailer wouldn't be ready, but I was still hopeful. So I talked to him to figure out what we were gonna do, and we thought about like a Nerf gun party, trying to keep it as an Army theme. Looked into Nerf guns, I looked into laser tag, and I stumbled upon gel blasters. Gel blasters is kind of like paintball guns for kids. It's the gellets are biodegradable, they don't stain, and it was a good addition. So I called the company, she told me it costs like $400 for 90 minutes. Unlimited gellets, 10 guns, and 10 masks for the kids to wear, including barriers. Me being an entrepreneur, not gonna give a $400 for gel blasters when they cost $60 each. So I went out, I bought 10 guns, 10 masks, and a whole bunch of gellets. And with that, it allowed me to add that to my package and bring in more revenue with the game truck itself. A week after my son's birthday party, the trailer was ready for pickup.
I got being stuck because of his work schedule. He really didn't have nobody to call, and I wanted to be there for him. You know, I wanted the business to succeed. You know, I was not gonna sit back and watch it fail, so I put my clients to the side and we worked the game truck.
So first we parked the game truck wherever the people's birthday party is, and then we turned on the game truck, plug all the PS5s in, and then we sweep all the trash out and the dust, and then we set the LED lights up, put the games on, and turn the lights off, and then the people could play.
So, as far as the support system going behind this, like you get approved for this lesser loan, but it's still up to par with what you want. Like, is there any support behind you? Like, as far as like family goes? Cause I know a lot of people that was like, Lil D, why are you doing it? Like, so.
Man, going into it was scary because, you know, working for the railroad, not knowing my schedule, like, how can I book a party and know that I'm gonna be off to make it to the party? You know what I'm saying? And the birthday party, planning for it, that's one of the most important days of the year for people. You know what I'm saying?
For most
so
people,
I couldn't let them down. You know. So having a support system, my girlfriend Jeanette, you know what I'm saying? Every party that I wasn't able to do, she learned how to drive the truck. She learned how to work the game. She brought her daughter London with her, and they made it work. You know what I'm saying? I believe at some point we had did just as many parties. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. She did just as many parties as I did, and like without her, I'm sure the business would have failed. Later on, Jeanette was like, "Hey man, I got my own business." You know what I'm saying? You know, she do hair. So just having a support system, having people to fill in, and understanding that the show must go on. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. I couldn't have done it without her.
I like working without Darryl because working with him, he wants everything to be perfect. So I would rather work by myself.
Jeanette, let's go! Hey, grab my wallet!
Seeing Darryl do that, I was like, dude, how are you doing? That's a great question, because I was wondering all the time, like, how is it able to be an entrepreneur and work for the railroad when you're on call 365 days, you know what I'm saying, out the year? And I think the only way you can really do it is having help.
Doing what he's doing now with the game truck?
Oh, of course. That is his passion. I myself was scared for him to venture out into this part of life to where he's an entrepreneur, because, you know, I have to be honest. Anything that he do in life, I want him to succeed. I was always that protective mother that didn't want anything bad to happen. I wanted everything to go right for him in his decision making. And oftentimes he came to me with different ideas, and yes, I shut him down because I didn't see a need, or it was a demand that, you know, that the people would want. But when he came to me with this idea, I had doubts, I did, and that's not being a positive parent, but I didn't want him to fail. But every time that I gave him the cons of what can happen in the business, he listened to me, but he did what he wanted to do. And this time, I think that decision, it was the right decision for him.
When he told you he was doing the game truck, did you understand what was going on?
I really did. I didn't have a clue about it, you know. But I figured with the change of time and everything going on like that, it was something that was gonna come out of it.
Did you have seen yourself doing this, like from when we was kids growing up?
No. Bro, what we taught is go to school, make good grades, go to college, get a job.
And it's sad to say, our parents really kind of, they don't instill that in us, but they encourage it.
So from a kid to now, could you see Darryl really going into entrepreneurship?
Hell no. I didn't see it, not at all, but, you know, determination, you know, motivation, and he had it, and I guess he has it, you know. I share with him all the time that 80-90% of black businesses close in 2 years. The other 8% close within 5 years. So within less than 2 years, he's debt free. So I like to say, you know, he's a successful black business owner, and he can only grow from here.
I'm excited for him. You know, I know it's only been a year and probably a couple of months, but the way that it's taken off, I thank God that he's been blessed to reap the benefits
But I know he would probably do something outside of a job because he always see me running around doing stuff, you know. So.
And it's crazy because like one of the closest entrepreneurs that I really saw every day, you know what I'm saying, doing it, making a living from doing it was my neighbor, Mr. Reginald.
I feel like I'm responsible for Lil D because I introduced him and his mom at a football game. I didn't think it was gonna go as far as it went because knowing his mom, who I call my sister, she's kind of driven one way and his dad was driven another way. So I was like, man, this is not gonna work. But 2 or 3 months later, I saw them together. I was like, oh wow, this might be going somewhere. So it's good that the work that they put in with each other ups and downs, that this is the product.
Once they moved out of this house, they moved to Atascocita. Atascocita back then was like, y'all live where?
Yeah, that's where we used to go on paydays.
Man, we went and ate at Atascocita.
Ate in Atascocita, for real.
We went to Umber.
Right?
So yeah, I mean, seeing him doing it, he had one house and then he rented it out. Had a couple different families come in and out. He got another house on the street and got another house on the street and got another house in the neighborhood. I'm like, golly, man. You know what I'm saying? And he was able to travel and do what he wanted to do, but he still worked.
It's very interesting because, you know, even going back to his college days, he's always asking me about business. You know, what I think about this and what I think about that. And every time I see him, he want to talk to me about business and all of this type of stuff. And I keep telling him about, you need to quit buying toys, man. Quit buying toys and you need to just be focused on this and focus on that. He said, yeah, but I just got this problem. So when he told me what he was interested in doing, and I was like, well, man, you know, if that's your heart, that's your goal, you know, do it. That's the key to it, is just doing something you like to do. And I think this is something he liked to do and he's driven by it.
Yeah. So that's what I wanted to do. Like, man, if he can do it, I can too. You know what I'm saying? And seeing different entrepreneurs, and I just want to find a way to make my own money, not have to punch a clock. But at the same time, like, I still want to punch a clock because, like, I liked working. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you like providing. I don't think you like working. You like providing.
Yeah. Provide, that's the biggest goal. I mean, but no, I like working too. I hate going to work though. I like working, but I hate going to work. If I could work and not be there, I'm trying to tell you.
I think, cause you a people's person, so you probably like going to work to be with the people who you like being around.
Yeah, socialize with.
Yeah, socialize with. So it's a different. That's different.
Mm-hmm.
It is a big headache working for the railroad. You're on call 24/7, 365 days. So you really can't predict your days at all. You know, you could think that one day you're gonna be off and you're not. You know, the hours, pretty much, when you come to work, plan to be at work for 12 hours at least. You know, don't ever plan to get off early. Plan for 12 hours a day at work. And you just go from there. If you get an early quit, that's a blessing. Not, you're just there for a very long time.
The conversation he and I have now is totally different. And I like to think that this is his grandma's prayers being answered, because I know his uncles, you know, Pop and Aunt can contest to this, because when we were kids, his grandmother used to bring us over there and have Bible study as kids. So one thing I do know, that she prayed for this 40, 50 years ago. So this is her prayers being answered. And what I really like to tell him that, you know, he's a inspiration to a whole lot of younger people. So I just hope that, and one thing about him, that he loved going back, reaching down, getting somebody underneath him and pulling them up. And I see that in him. You know, we talk about that all the time, he and I. So I just wish he could be He could be an inspiration to all of his little cousins and a lot of little kids around the neighborhood.
Going into this making this profit is like, what's next?
I want to be a household name eventually. You know what I'm saying? I used to go to franchise clinics or webinars, whatever.
Yeah.
And seminars. Franchising is like the way to go. You know what I'm saying? Once you've done the groundwork, once you lay out the foundation to get somebody to buy in and follow those footsteps, those same footsteps.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Actually, not those same footsteps, like they go skip over all the mistakes. You know what I'm saying? So once you perfect it and then sell them your vision, that's the next goal. You know what I'm saying? Allowing somebody to invest their money, trusting me with the same type of product.
And what really caught me with him, how he would research an idea before he actually tried to pursue it. He take an idea and he brings it to life. This is not his first idea, this game truck. It's been so many other things that he is just so great with.
Who is Darryl? When I think of Darryl, as we call him Little D, I think of like this magic coloring book. He's amazing. When you first look at this book, you see there's blank pages. But as I watch little Darryl grow up, as we say, Little D, guess what? He's full of life, he's full of color, he's filled all the pages because he knew as a little boy exactly what he wanted to do.
So far, he's shown that he has the ability to handle this position as far as his gaming truck. An opportunity, he came to our church for our 141st anniversary. Our children loved it, even the adults. But I think Darryl has a good head on his body, and he will do well in whatever he tries to do.
He wanted to make sure that he was able to capture a particular audience, which are children. And when I look at him as being a dad, I think that that was one of the motivations for him to do what he's doing now. And he's so transparent, and he takes everything very, very serious as to what he wants to do with life.
We've had a village. I mean, so many people played a hand into, his upbringing. And I thank him so much, because without them, it wouldn't be possible. And I think that's why he's such a respectful kid, because, it was people that was placed in his life that when I was, not around, they look out for him. They chastised him if he needed to be chastised. And still today, he respects those same people that had a hand in his life.
And not only did he grow up in a neighborhood that many people thought that the people that came from wouldn't be successful, but look at him now. Like I said, he started out as a little boy with blank pages. And as his life has gone on, guess what? He has filled those pages. The pages are so colorful. His life is full of many things, and he's inspired many people. And I just want to tell you how proud we are of you. And I want you to keep doing what you're doing, and you inspire so many people. And I want other young men to look at you as one African American. You are Black excellence. And continue doing what you're doing, because I'm so proud of you, and I've watched you grow. What does Lil Darryl mean to me? What does Little D mean to me? He means a whole lot to me. I cherish him. You're in my heart. You're in my soul. And I want you to keep doing what you're doing. We also share that same born day, November the 6th. That means a lot. You're an inspiration. Continue doing what you're doing. I love you.
Growing up, all right, you obviously couldn't see yourself doing it. So what would you tell Lil D that's 7, 8, 9, 10 years old? What would you tell him? Yeah, see, this is the way that's gonna make me cry. If you had to look back at 10-year-old Lil D right now, what would you tell him? Cause there's a lot of 10-year-old little D's out there that feel lost, but don't understand that they have a lot of life to live. And you didn't catch this until you was what, 28, 29? So what would you tell 10-year-old Lil D?
It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to make mistakes, man. As long as you learn from your mistakes, keep God first. Love people. And trust in yourself, you know what I'm saying? Like, the sky's the limit, bro.
All right, we can cut. That's it, that's a wrap for this. My eyes are raining.
See, I can't do this. What you mean, Darryl, to me?
Yeah, who is that?
Oh my God, I can't. And then he out here. Darryl, go in the house. I can't. Walk for
Go in the
real.
house, Darryl.
Go in the house, Darryl.
Right here.
I think I'm relaxed a little bit now. I don't know more. I've been trying to relax myself. But this ain't no joke here.
I'm not going back and adding stuff. I didn't plan on doing that.
I'll pay you for it.
Bruh, you be asking me to do more than what paying clients ask for. You asking for.
Boy, don't get Hollywood on me, dog.
I'm not getting Hollywood.
Hey,
I'm just telling you.
Don't get Hollywood on me.
I'm telling you the real fool. You ask for a lot.
So, who is Darryl?
Stop, Reginald, stop.
Yeah, you can just walk in. All right. Bye.
Who was that?
Somebody for the interview.
They're not coming to this door, huh?
Yeah.
I thought they had Jeanette's house. Who coming here for an interview?
Bro.
Who? I'm dead ass.
I got on your ass, but that goddamn, you should have 5 goddamn trucks, not, you know.
Facts.
One make you money, goddamn, sacrifice, get 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever. But honestly, I'm proud of y'all, man. I'm dead serious, man.
How you doing?
Hello. Bro,
All
you
right.
stupid.
You bring right here. Making a movie.
Oh,
Yeah. You can bring right here.
Going back to when he was 11 years old, I remember I picked him up one day, maybe 9 or 10, and he said, Mr. Reginald, you know I don't eat Happy Meals no more. And this happened like overnight, you know, because I dropped him off to school. I picked him up from school every day. So we stop and get something to eat every day, and he was like, Mr. Reginald, you know I don't eat Happy Meals no more. So that way telling me that Happy Meal ain't gonna be successful for him no more. He needed something more. So growing up to where he's at now, and I see this little kid, and I see the determination and focus and the drive. Did I answer the question?
okay.
Thank you. It looks delicious.
Awesome.
If it's not, you'll be hearing from me.
All right.
Have a good one. You too.
Thank you.
Have fun.
But if it's one thing you gonna do is eat.
I got to.
And
When last time I ate?
What?
Like 30 minutes ago.
He talking about some. I'm like, who are you bringing over here? Because he's just telling the lady where to come and stuff like that. I'm like, who is this coming to the door? He talking about somebody I'm about to interview. Hey, this lady come through with pizza.
Yeah, man, that's yeah, damn, man. You know, that's Darryl, you gonna cry. Darryl, you gonna cry at the party.
Yeah, that's why I'm doing this.
All right, well, go and get it out now where your people. Well, see, we ain't gonna really judge you for that right there, Darryl. You know, we gonna keep that in this room. But was that good?
That was great. That was
okay.
Good.
Come on, Darryl, you ready?
Are you?
Yes.
You about to be all in the mic.
Cancel out that sound?
Okay, that is the sound. That's you talking. Munching.
Hey, you changed it to a mukbang. A mukbang.
How much do you love your dad?
1 million. Infinity.
Look at you, bro. You making a mess. He is making a mess. I hope it's some napkins in this bag.
Bro, it's one piece. That's a little bit of grease.
You had nothing to put on but your church shirt.
Hush.
Messing up your play clothes.
Don't do that.
I hope he never get no real man.
Hey.
He gonna be having real money.
So never gave up the money.
Again, like I said there, I am uber proud of you right there, even if that's a word. Is that word, y'all? But whatever it is. Hey, man, you always do right. You always trust in God. You stay motivated and you push. And that's about all I have to say about this. As the Rev always say, touch, hug, love, stay sucker free, and most of all, y'all don't hurt nobody.